creative industries and music have really been hit hard, with many musicians having been left without an income due to COVID-19 lockdown. Now, one local drummer, Brendan Doran, has been using his skills to raise money for about 15 other musicians during these unprecedented times. Let's chat now to Doran about his initiative that's really become quite popular on social media. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us via Skype from here in Johannesburg. Where did this idea come from?
Morning. I was actually just trying to kill time and maybe create one or two little drum videos and post them online. And people started making requests for songs, and I thought maybe let's allow people to maybe sponsor a song and start raising some funds for other musicians.
Now, you're a musician yourself. Some might say, wow, this guy's really gone above and beyond. He should probably be a struggling musician as well. And yet here you are doing your bit to help others. How have you come through this pandemic and subsequent lockdown?
I've been blessed enough to be able to, have some help from family, that kind of stuff. So, some savings and, luckily, it's brought us through, but it has been an interesting time for us,
And what have been some of the more fun suggestions? Have people tried to catch you out and suggest a massive drumming run from Foo Fighters or any of those bands that normally have very complicated drumming scripts, as it were?
No, definitely. There's been a few interesting requests. But that's awesome for me also. It challenges my craft and my playing, So it keeps me sharp. I usually just tell the person, listen, give me a few days to learn the song, and usually I deliver. So, but that's nice for me because it keeps me sharp on the craft, and it is something you have to keep practicing because eventually we will start working again. And, so it's a win-win situation.
What has this taught you about social media? I mean, I've spoken to a number of people in the creative industry, especially musicians, who said this lockdown has really forced them to come to grips with what social media can actually do for them from a professional point of view. What have you learned from it?
Definitely. The marketing thing is, it's huge. And I think people have been forced to sort of think out of the box when it comes to their creative craft and, especially businesses and that kind of stuff. So a lot of things are going online, live performances online, that kind of stuff. And I think the good thing is that people have actually realized that you can market yourself properly if you just apply yourself in that area. Social media can be extremely useful.
And what have you took this on to help other musicians in need, and what have you heard from them in response to this effort that you've put in?
A lot of the guys that I work with, we do a lot of corporate shows and that kind of stuff. So a lot of the guys do already live below the breadline. A lot of sort of djembe players and traditional dancers and that kind of stuff, who sort of depend on the corporate industry to make a living. And, already, in a thriving season where we work, it's already quite a challenging industry to be able to make, ends meet. So something like this will really affect a person like that. And I know of friends who, have kids, and, that little 300 Rand e-wallet or electricity voucher, goes a long way. It goes a long way. So that just really inspires me and drives me even more to keep going with this, because at the moment, we depend on groups of people to perform in front of, So at the moment, it's still no sign of work anytime soon. So I'll be going strong with this still for a while. So, yeah.
We can only wish you everything of the best, and thank you for doing your bit to help your fellow musicians. I was going to ask you to play something, but maybe it's a little bit too early because some people might not have had their coffee just yet. But But if people do want to see you in action and perhaps get involved, you can find Brendan Doran on Facebook, where he has these garage sessions where you can ask him to cover a certain favorite song for a small donation that he just then gives to musicians.